Welcome everybody to Houston, Texas for some SFL action. Tonight we have the Houston Hyenas taking on the Baltimore Vultures, and it's going to be a historic night here at the Hyena Den Park Stadium. I am Stephen Hacker, your play-by-play commentator, along with Shan Varner and Michael Goodman on stats. Shan, what do you think today's key points are?
I think that for Baltimore, they just need to run the ball with T-Row Gaines. He's having an amazing season so far with over 1,000 yards carrying, 5 touchdowns. I think the key for Houston is get the ball to Quintez and get his receivers more involved in this game. Yasmin Clifton has been a huge playmaker for Houston in the last couple of games. They have not really seemed to find him in the I think DR Sim just does his thing and comes up and cleans up everything. I think Houston have a good shot.
And we'll go down to midfield for the coin toss. Determine who's going to get the ball today. Temperature says it's about 79 degrees. We've got a light breeze, about 10 miles an hour. So a little bit of a factor there on the wind, but overall a beautiful day for football. And we are the SFL presented by APM Music. Today we're on YouTube. And we want to say thank you to everybody for being here with us. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and hit that like button as we get ready to head into the playoffs. So the ball is on the tee. You got Houston's wearing black today, and Baltimore's got the white tops with the red bottoms. And the Houston crowd is pumped up, ready to go. The kick is away. That one bounces into the end zone. It's going to be fielded and brought out. Spin move down the sideline. A juke move. Oh, my goodness. He's got room.
Wow.
On the opening kickoff. Kicker to beat. There he goes. First play of the game. Baltimore opens it up. Oh, my goodness. 103 yards to the house, Shan.
That might be an SFL record there, Stephen. I have never seen that. Giovanni Bolt, one of the best free safeties in the game, just unbelievably just ran this ball back, gets a couple key blocks here. House after here.
My goodness. Yeah, and then the poor kicker, yeah, just not enough speed, couldn't quite cut him off at the sideline. Giovanni Bolt, what a spectacular play here to start the game off.
I've seen like that before was it's going to take you back a little bit, and Stephen, you may not know, but
Number 19 is back for the point after. Number 8 will hold the kick.
So the extra point units on the field. We'll see if Baltimore can get the 1 point. Snap is in, holds down, kick is good. So Baltimore now leads 7-0 after the quick opening drive kick return for a touchdown. Might have caught Houston sleeping there. Just absolutely phenomenal play by Giovanni Bolt. So,
sorry about that. Something
it's no
happened with
problem.
my mic.
Not a problem, Shan. So we had about 14 seconds off the clock there. And so the Houston Hyenas set to return, and they get out to the 23-yard line, so that's where we'll see the Houston offense take over.
Houston gets back on the field here. This is only the third time Baltimore and Houston has met. The first time they met in Baltimore, where Baltimore won that game 27-20 back in season 7. And the other time was Baltimore 27-14 over Houston in season 8. It's at home.
So Quintez hands off to running back Warren Murray, who takes it off to the right side for gets 9 yards there on their first play from scrimmage. As I look down the roster for the Houston Hyenas, I see quarterback Quintez Johnson, tight end Yasmin Clifton, wide receiver legend DR Sim, wide receiver Leroy Brown, and running back Warren Murray. The Hyenas show a split back. One wide receiver split out to the right, and a handoff to Murray again, who gets the first down, picks up 5 before he's leveled by the Vultures secondary.
Murray's a very good running back. He's one of those that likes to lower the shoulders and just kind of hit you, kind of a smash mouth football is what Houston likes to do, and let's see if that pays for them in this game.
Houston goes back again, handoff up the middle. Warren Murray trucks forward for 5 before he's brought down after a pickup of 5, and Joe Dazzo, Papa Dazzo, on the tackle.
Second and 4. Ball at the 43-yard line.
Johnson comes out under center. He's got trips bunched to the right, 4 wide receivers, 1 to his left, and a single back behind him. He's going to hand off again to Murray, who's getting a steady workload. This time he's going to be stopped after only a yard.
Murray comes into this game with 245 carries on the season for 1,275 yards and 6 touchdowns. He also gets some receptions for 62 and has 238 yards, but no touchdowns off those receptions.
3rd and 4 now for the Hyenas, and they hand off one more time to Murray for good measure, who picks up another yard, but is met by the stout Vultures defensive line. And that brings up 4th and 3 now. So big explosive play by Baltimore, and now Houston's out, and they got a couple of plays in. Now they got a punt again to the dangerous Giovanni Bolt.
Not sure if you heard all of what I was saying earlier because my mic cut out, but Koma Kalea was an awesome to just torment people with his run backs for touchdowns.
And so that punt was away, fielded at about his own 22 yard line. Gets out to about the 24. And that's where we're going to see our first look at the Baltimore offense. And the Baltimore offense led by number 7 right there, Mike Dazzo. They have wide receiver Bishop Warfield, wide receiver Daley Holder, Lloyd Graham Jr., the tight end, and halfback T-Roy Gaines. Baltimore starts out in the shotgun 2 wide receiver. Dazzo throws to his right. Pass is caught by Daley Holder, who his forward momentum brought him back, and he loses 5 on that reception.
Insight here, Stephen, for Mike Dazzo. Mike Dazzo's been in the league for 7 seasons. He got here in season 3 was the start when Baltimore was the Baltimore Crabs. He's only 23 yards away from the number 1 spot of all-time quarterbacks with 29,235 yards. The leader as of right now is Joseph Redfeather with 29,258 yards. Nice to see him break that in this game.
Yeah, in all likelihood, Dazzo is going to be the all-time SFL passing leader after today. Just to recap that last play, Dazzo threw to the left to T-Roy Gaines, who picked up 2, and now it's 3rd and 13, so 3rd and long for the Vultures. 7:04 left in the first quarter. Dazzo drops back to throw, looked over the middle to Daley Holder, but that pass was knocked down and falls incomplete.
Holder is also one of the good veterans on this Baltimore team, along with several others.
And Tristan Hatley had the coverage there, got there just as the ball got there, knocked the ball loose. Good coverage by Houston there, so that'll bring out the punt unit for the Vultures. It's Pablo Gates is set to kick this one away. He's standing on his own 5-yard line. So you would expect the Houston Hyenas to get good field position here. We'll see what happens. Good punt coverage. 4.1 hang time, so return for about a yard. Houston's going to take over at their own 43-yard line. See if they can string together a couple of first downs here and get some positive momentum. I just wanted to call out the Baltimore defense real quick, Shan. Number 47, Joe Dazzo, the inside linebacker, Amon Takes, the 2 corners, Kaz McFly and Hendricks Thornberry, safety Tony Willis, and safety Giovanni Bolt. It's a handoff to Murray up the middle, who had a little bit of daylight. Gets 7 before he's met by Papa Dazzo.
Joe Dazzo this season has 61 tackles. 17 assists, 64 tackles, and 16 tackles for loss, 7 bat downs, and 2 interceptions.
Second 3 from midfield. Clock's running at 6:20 left in the first quarter. Another handoff to Murray. Was met in the backfield, but drags the defender forward for a yard. It's Tony Willis, the safety, who gets the tackle.
Did you know Tony Willis, this is his 3rd team coming over from Alaska a couple of seasons ago, winning the championship with them. Also, previously before that, he was also with Carolina Skyhawks.
And then handoff to Murray up the middle, who had a big burst. Looked like he ran out of steam a little bit there after a pickup of about 27, 30 yards there by Warren Murray. So huge blocks up front, and he just exploded through the hole and got the first down and then some.
Yeah, it looks like Tony Willis here saves the touchdown as he hawks him down.
So the Hyenas now are knocking on the door, trying to score points. They're inside the red zone. It's their first trip in the red zone this afternoon. See what they can do here. They are in the single back. They got 2 wide receivers. Murray's the lone back behind him. Baltimore brought a little pressure with takes there, but Johnson throws it out, and it's complete to Leroy Brown, who's going to get 7-6. Nice little dump down to the flats. Getting yourself a little bit closer, a little bit more manageable to get that first down. 5:09 left in the first. Quintez drops back. Pass was thrown to the right, intended for Yassine Clifton, but he was covered tightly, and the ball falls incomplete.
Pretty tight by Tony Willis, was able to bat that ball down. Good veteran move there for that defender.
Yeah, the Vultures, they play really, really stout defense. They have a really good defense. See how they stand here inside the red zone. So Houston's got twins to the right. Quintez drops back. He throws to the left. Looks like you've seen Clifton, and that pass was off the hands and incomplete. Covered by Kaz McFly, and had a little bit of help from Joe Dazzo as well.
Yeah, it was a nice-looking drive for Houston, getting all the way down. Unfortunately, they couldn't put up the points here, or get the points for the touchdown. But I think they'll settle for 3 and make well on this next series.
And so the field goal unit is out. Snap was low, but hold was down, and the kick is up and good from 30 yards. So that's going to give Houston 3 points. The home team is now behind 7-3 to the visiting Baltimore Vultures. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music, Production Music Library and Custom Music House, and we're also brought to you by Extraordinary Everest, heartfelt messages on the most extraordinary place on earth, Bit Central and Fuel, transforming SFL media in 2019, and Harry's, all you need for a close, comfortable shave. The return by Bolt was brought out to the 30-yard line. As we watch as Mike Dazzo chases history here for the SFL. Vultures come out in the I formation with 1 wide receiver. A handoff to T. Roy Gaines, who busts it out left. He's got room, tries to stiff arm, and Hyenas all get there and gang tackle him. But it's not before T. Roy Gaines gets the first down.
Gaines does a great job here getting to the outside. Just have a couple blockers there, and with his speed and his great push forward, he is able to pick up that first down.
And with a little bit of a break in action here, I'd like to call out the Houston Hyenas defense. Number 98, Chad Tackle. Inside linebacker, B.J. Lovelace. Outside linebacker, Rodney Panini. Corners, Mana Kanaka and Everett Garrison. safety Eddie Gage and Tristan Hatley. On 1st and 10, Dazzle drops back to throw. It's complete to T-Roy Gaines out to the left, who had some room and gets 8 before he's brought down.
Yeah, and both these teams use their running backs as not only just to run the ball, but also as a receiver as well, with T-Roy Gaines having 71 receptions for 285 yards and 3 touchdowns so far in the season. Well-balanced halfback.
Yeah, the Vultures coming out into power here, but they like to throw, and they jump it out to the flats to T-Roy Gaines, who trucks over one defender, runs out of bounds just short of the first, and the defender was a little slow to get up there after getting hit by that truck. So 3rd and 1 now for the Hyenas, near midfield. The conversion, for the Vultures, conversion here really helps their chance to keep this drive alive. So let's see what happens. Dazzo throws deep to his left, and nobody open. Good coverage, and he just targeted the nearest receiver, but made sure nobody could catch it.
Yeah, and that was a good move by him because, you know, he was about to take a sack there, and he throws the ball away. So good move by a veteran quarterback in Mike Dazzo.
Yeah, protecting the ball. I was going to say you can punt and pin your opponent deep, but the Vultures look like they have different ideas. They come out on 4th and 1, and they do run the play. Dazzo steps back to throw, throws to the out route to the right. That pass falls incomplete. Intended for Daly Holder, but good coverage by the Hyenas, and that's a turnover on downs.
210-pound cornerback just knocks that ball out of the way. That's Mana Kitna.
Yeah, great job by the Hyenas defense there. Like I said, now you're really close to plus territory. You don't have to do a whole lot of work to get past the 50 and put yourself in field goal range. And then, you know, obviously you want the touchdown, but a field goal only puts you down 1 and makes this a really manageable game. The Hyenas are on the 47-yard line, 3:26 left in the first quarter. Kentez Johnson under corner, he drops back to throw, throws the out route to his left, and that pass is complete to DR Sim, who's going to get 5 before he's brought down by Kaz McFly.
Both of these teams are not really going deep with the ball that much. They're using these short out routes, and they're using their main weapon, which is their running back. So it may be a running back kind of game today.
Okay, and Kentez drops back, throws to the flat to his running back Murray, who picks up a couple there before he runs out of bounds. A 3rd and manageable for the Hyenas. Can do a plethora of things from their playbook if they want to. Hyenas show shotgun. They got twins to the right. Murray splits to the left with Kentez. Kentez takes a deep shot over the middle. That pass was tipped by Tony Willis. And again by Hendricks Thornberry, who couldn't come down with the deflection. So that'll be 4th and 3 now for the Hyenas, and great defense by the Vultures.
It was a dangerous throw by Kentez there. Just passing into double coverage. Luckily, that wasn't picked off.
Yeah, he had a lot of confidence in his arm there, trusting the ball to get where it needed to go, and it was just, like I said, good coverage by the Vulture secondary. So the Hyenas punter was standing on his own 40-yard line. This one's going to be land at the 10, take a bounce, take another bounce, and it's going to roll to the 1, and it stops at the 1-yard line. And good job by the Hyenas coverage team to get down there and stop it before it rolled any further. And so a huge uphill battle now for the Baltimore Vultures to get out of their own end zone.
We'll give you a little bit of piece of history before the Baltimore Vultures come up, maybe after this play.
All right, let's see what they do. So in their own end zone, Dazzo's under center. He's got twins to his left. Bunch of tight ends out there. Dazzo steps back to throw. Pressure's there, and he's going to get sacked for a safety. I count 3 Houston Hyenas, but it's going to be Chad Tackle that's going to get credited with that safety. Great play by the Houston defensive front.
just a great play by that defensive front, getting up in there and making the tackle and getting that safety for there.
You want to fill us in on that history for Baltimore? Yeah, let's hear that history.
I want to see if the chat can give us the feedback. It's been a while ago, so you may have to go back in your archives. But Baltimore had another Bishop. You know, they have Bishop Warfield now. Bishop. But that was his last name. I'd like for the guys in the that's viewing this game to give me the first name of the Bishop that was in
oh, we got a little SFL trivia. I like the trivia aspect of that. Yeah, can anybody come up with that name? That's great. I love that, Shane. That's great. So 1st and 10 for the Hyenas. Kentez hands off to Warren Murray, who's met by Joe Dazzo right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. A little celebration there from Papa. And so I did not update the score, but it is Baltimore 7, Houston 5 after the safety. And Kentez on 2nd, 10 drops back to throw. He finds the out route to his right. He completes it. That's Leroy Brown, who's going to get 4 and tackled by Hendricks Thornberry, the wild man. Just under a minute. I'm sorry, Shan, go ahead.
Kentez can settle down a little bit and get his receivers open.
3rd and 6. He's in the shotgun. A little bit of pressure in his face and completes it out to his left to the 3rd or 4th wide receiver, who's just short of the 1st down. And man, if you were Houston, I know your mouth was salivating there a little bit after the safety. You felt like you could really take a big lead here on Baltimore, and to punt there is a little disappointing, I think.
Steven, I don't see anything in the chat yet, but come on, guys, get in there and get in the chat. Give me the first name of the Bishop that used to play for the Baltimore Crabs back in I believe it was season 6 and 7.
Yeah, answering that question correctly, we'll give you a huge chat shout out. We'll smother your name with love and stuff. So get out there and see if we can answer this question. So Bolt was able to get a return, but it was only able to snag maybe a yard. So the Baltimore Vultures are inside their own 20 again on the 14. Dazzo throws out to his right, and that's complete to T. Roy Gaines, who's going to get 6. I'd like to do a little bit of a stat check. Dazzo's not quite there yet. He's honing in on that all-time record, but he's getting there.
We got a winner here.
Well, go ahead and read out their name. Let's give them a chat shout out.
CAG NFL. Elijah Bishop was his name.
Elijah Bishop.
Actually, Elijah Bishop, piece of Mr. Dr. Sims himself. After Damon Simeon got his team back in season 6, he used to play for the Baltimore Crabs in season 5.
Wow. Man, I love doing games with you, Shan, because you got all that info like that. So we with that, we'll head into the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the 1st, where we have Baltimore leading 7-5 against the hometown Houston Hyenas. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music. I am your play-by-play analyst, Stephen Hacker, along with color commentator Shan Varner. Also with us is Michael Goodman on stats, who's doing a really great job keeping up with all these plays for us, letting us know how things are going. So thank you for that, Michael. On 3rd and 3, Dazzo hands off to T. Roy Gaines. He's got room, sheds a defender after the 1st down, and is finally brought down at the 38-yard line. So nice play by T. Roy Gaines.
Yeah, I saw him breaking a little bit more tackles than that, but as we see on this replay here, he just lowers his shoulders again and just trucks the defender here.
Yep. Can't hold him. Then it takes safety help to come over and drag him down eventually after he lost all that momentum. But yeah, great downhill running there. Dazzo's in the shotgun. He's got twins to his left. Takes a quick drop, moves forward, dumps it down to T-Roy, who went to the swing to the right. But T-Roy makes something out of it and gets a first down. I think that does it.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. He's past the 23-yard mark.
So congratulations to Mike Dazzo for that accomplishment. Dazzo's in the shotgun all alone, trips to his left, takes a deep shot to the right side, and that pass is going to be caught for a first down, gets down to the 27-yard line. It's Daley Holder with the big play.
Route here by Daley Holder. Just kind of cuts over the middle, gets in front of his defender, and makes a great grab, two-handed grab, textbook football there.
Yeah, used his speed to get behind the zone and then just found a little sweet spot. So great route running and great throw by Dazzo. So on 1st and 10 now, they're coming out and they've got a power. And they are going to hand to T-Roy Gaines this time. Stretch to the left, but he's met at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
You know what we're seeing here, Steven, is we're seeing both of these teams use their dominant player in their running backs, but they're also eliminating the safeties out of this game, because if you run the ball, you pass the ball to these sweet sideline plays, then you're initially taking those deep fenders that's in the backfield, they're the secondary, you're taking them completely out of the game.
And on a stretch play to the right there, Gaines is going to get 3 or 4. Tackled by the veteran Eddie Gage and got a little help finishing that play off by B.J. Lovelace. I really like to see defenses hustling to the ball. You know, I like to see that. Whenever one guy's got him and maybe struggling him to bring him down, then the second guy should be there to finish the play off. So I like to hustle. 3rd and 6 for the Vultures. Dazzo's complete to the left to Bishop Warfield, who's got 2 or 3, but short of the first down either way, and it's 4th and 3. Should expect to see the field goal unit.
Warfield is Baltimore's main target, having 64 receptions for 900 yards on the season and 8 touchdowns.
Shark Tarkington's on and sends this one away, and that's going to be good from 37 yards. So now it's Baltimore 10, Houston 5. And if that's not a baseball score, if I've ever heard one.
Longest on the season is 48 yards. He's made 22 of 23.
And the SFL is presented by APM Music and also brought to you in part by Matt Dole Designs, the official design partner of the SFL. MediaTek Institute. Visit mediatek.edu for diploma programs. Turn your passion into your profession. And MeUndies, the world's most comfortable underwear for men and women.
Also, Baltimore has never missed the playoffs except for the 2 seasons the Dazzos, both Joe and Mike, were not on the team.
So 1st and 10 for the Hyenas at the 25-yard line. 8:06 left in the second quarter. Quintez drops down to the flats to the right to Warren Murray, who's just short of the first down, tackled by Montague, and a little bit of help from Tony Willis. Second and 1 for the Hyenas. Come out showing a far set. They got, looks like the tight end split off the line in the slot. Hand off to Murray, who trucks forward and gets the first down, maybe a couple more. Gang tackled Amon Takes led the way, but Hendricks Thornberry was there to finish it off.
I like that play a lot from Houston there. They spread the guys out with maybe a far tight end flex, and which just spreads the defense out, and then they run the ball up the middle. That's just a great strategy from the offensive coordinator for Houston.
A deep drop back by Quintez, who throws it complete to the right to Yasin Clifton, who gets 8. I feel like if you're Houston, you want to at least get into field goal range and get points here. You know, I know Baltimore's only got 10 points on, but they feel like they're building up to something. So Houston definitely want to match their tempo, match their pace. Quintez hands off to Warren Murray, who maybe gets a yard, but Dazzo says you can't have any more after that.
I'm sure that's what he said.
I've been on the other side of a Dazzo tackle once or twice, and yeah, they like to talk. So 3rd and 2 for the Hyenas. Twins to the right. Hands off to Murray out to the left. He's got the first down and a little more. He maybe gets 5 there. Tackled by a bunch of Vultures. Giovanni Bolt led the way.
Murray has 12 attempts for 69 yards. That's a 5.8.
Yeah, good yard for carry by the Hyenas running back. So Quintez on first down was in the shotgun. Takes a deep shot down to the right, but Giovanni Bolt gets over there and knocks it down. The receiver looked open, but just good coverage there by Bolt.
Baltimore's like, come on, Bolt. You can run a 103-yard touchdown, but you can't catch this ball here that went right to you? Come on, man.
Maybe just a little more air on that ball. No. That was just good coverage. I think that was good ball, good coverage. Well played by everybody. Brings up 2nd and 10. Houston's at the Baltimore 48-yard line. There's 5:47 left in the second. Again, Houston's wearing the all black. Baltimore's got the white tops with the red bottoms. Hand off to Warren Murray to the right, who's met in the backfield and loses 2. Big play by the Vultures defensive line there.
Another Bishop Batumbo, number 92.
No.
6'3".
Oh, I like the Matumbo part.
No.
So now 3rd and 12 at midfield for the Hyenas. Johnson's got 4 wide receivers. Twins both sides. Had all day to throw, but good coverage there. Trying to find the name there. Anthony George. Yeah, jumped the route. Just right there. Stayed where he needed to stay and jumped the route and got the interception. So now it's Vulture's ball. They're right there at midfield still. Hyenas are way off the line. No press coverage at all. Dazzo's in the shotgun. He's got Twins to his left. Little short route. Slant over the middle. Falls incomplete.
It was just a good defensive play there for Houston. Recognized where the ball was going and then took care of business on ground there. Baltimore's tight end.
And Houston's crowd's really trying to back up their defense and keep them in this thing. Dazzo again emptying the shotgun. He's got trips to his left this time. Steps back, throws deep to the left. And that pass is going to be brought down, and it's caught. That's Bishop Warfield. Takes it all the way in for a touchdown. Mike Dazzo delivers a dime to Warfield, who just leaves everybody in the dust.
Great play here. What the defense did, they were in a dime package and leaves one-on-one coverage here with Bishop Warfield. and he's just able to basically just moss the guy and run it on in. Before here was going to catch him, he was just too fast.
I think that was a rookie showdown there. So on the dynamite play by Baltimore, they extend their lead now. So pending the extra points, they'll have a 12-point lead. But we'll see what happens. 5 minutes to go in the second.
Congratulations to Thomas Patton Henry. He just received his doctorate.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, sir.
That's a long time waiting, knowing him for as long as I have. It's just been a long time coming, a lot of time, you know, in doing that. And
yeah, that's a lot of dedication, takes a lot of time, hard work, you know, and seeing it through. So that's a big deal, and congratulations to him. And so the score it's Baltimore 17, Houston 5. Houston returns out to their own 22-yard line. Just under 5 minutes. Quintez is under center. He's got twins to his left. Murray dots the I behind him. Drops back to throw, takes a deep drop, looks to his right, and that pass is going to be tipped by Tony Willis and falls incomplete.
The day, and he's just everywhere in that backfield, and just making great plays for this defense. They're lucky to have him. Again, he's coming over from the championship team of Alaska. Pretty sure Alaska misses him right now.
Yeah, he looks like a staple. I mean, he's been involved in a bunch of plays, and looks like he's always in the right place. 2nd and 10. Quintez has trips to his right. He's under center. Murray's behind him. It's a handoff to Murray. He bounces it outside, runs over a defender, and drags 2 more for 8 yards. Call it Hendricks Thornberry on the tackle.
And I'm not sure how I think about this, Stephen, as I'm watching this game unfold with Murray, but he's just not getting in, you know, position to make big plays. You know, they're using him to get these 3rd down and 2 conversions and things like that, but just not the playmaker that we need.
And Johnson with a deep throw downfield, and that pass is intercepted. That's Giovanni Bolt, who's already got the kick return. He's off to the races. See you later. Pick 6 for Giovanni Bolt. What a spectacular day for him. Just absolutely spectacular. Drops back in coverage.
Yeah.
And then look at the blocking downfield. How do we not get an ever scroll block of the game by the defense there? Just every vulture looked for somebody to go in run. Dude, that was just absolutely beautiful. Beautiful play. You could tell they want to take those to the house.
Yeah, they're probably deciding on which one. I thought you was going to cover him.
So now this game is really, really taking a turn. You know, Baltimore's got, they're at 23 right now. Pending the extra point will be at 24. You know, 19 points just like that. You know, just a couple of plays ago, this was a 5-point ball game, and now look where we are. So a 19-point deficit for the Hyenas. 4:06 in the second quarter. There is still a lot of ball game left, but you really allowed this gap to kind of explode open, and the Vultures are just doing whatever they want. And if you're the Hyenas, you gotta get your wits about you and turn this thing around and string together some first downs and get some points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so this one's going to be returned out to the 30. So good field position now. You know, the Hyenas been starting at about their own 22, 24. So getting out to the 30 maybe helps push you into field goal territory. or something. You know,
Right.
your offense, you got to string together some first downs here. You definitely got to walk away with points. You can't punt or have another interception.
Can, but
Well, you can, but it's not good for your game plan. First and 10, split back. Quintez throws to the left, off the hands of DR Sim. Covered by, looked like Joe Dazzo was out there.
speaking of Joe Dazzo, he's only 3 tackles away from the 3rd spot of all-time tackles with 637. Dylan Rowland, who plays for Chicago, has 639. So, get 3 more tackles, and he can be in the number 3 spot of all-time tackles.
Yeah, a lot of guys here on the Vultures are chasing all-time records, so it's great to see that. You know, boundaries being pushed. On second 10, the handoff is to Warren Murray, who trucks forward for about 4. I think you can say that Tony Willis was involved there on that tackle.
You know, I like that run by Murray there. He kind of pushes forward. He kind of is trying to put this team on his back and get these first downs, but the defense is just too strong and they're overpowering him.
You know, it's been a relatively clean first half of football. We haven't had many referee interventions, no challenge flags or MeUndies laundry or anything. And that's good to see. A lot of points have been scored as well. So that was Quintez, who threw over the middle and fell incomplete. The coverage by Tony Willis.
And again, when I mentioned earlier, you know, these guys are not taking the shots, you know, to get this secondary for Baltimore involved, or, you know, Baltimore getting Houston's secondary involved. They're starting to test the waters a little bit, and now it's kind of a match where who's going to turn the ball over more, Baltimore or Houston.
4th and 6, the Houston punter was on his own 20-yard line. Giovanni Bolt was able to field it, but only was able to get a yard and call it the Baltimore 31, and that's where we'll see Dazzo and company come out with 3:15 left to go in the second quarter. And we are the SFL, presented by APM Music. I am Stephen Hacker, the play-by-play analyst, with Shan Varner, who does color commentary, and Michael Goodman's on stats with us today. If you guys are having a good time with us, go ahead and hit that like button. Oh, pressure on Dazzo there, but he gets it out to the flats to T-Roy Gaines, who is going to lose a couple. But I think Dazzo was just happy to get that out of his hands and not necessarily take the sack.
I think he did a great job getting it out quick and realizing that there was a lot of pressure coming his way.
So now 2nd and 12 after the loss. Split backs, 2 wide receivers on Dazzo's either side. Drops back now, throws to his left to the out route. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Bishop Warfield's going to pick up 6.
And I believe that's only his, 3rd, 4th catch?
Yeah, he's been relatively quiet today.
He had that one big play down the field where he scored the touchdown. Had 3 receptions for 66 yards. So it's mostly been T-Roy Gaines in this first half.
Dazzo's in the shotgun with Gaines to his left, Twins to his right. Throws a slant to Warfield, who's got the first down, and then Moore gets out to the 48-yard line. Was tackled by Tristan Hatley.
Houston's defense has got to tighten up. They cannot let Baltimore score here in this last 2 minutes. They'll probably go to the 2-minute warning here. And
yeah, and they do. They allow the clock to run to the 2-minute warning, and that brings us to our Quip 2-minute warning. Quip delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy while, with timed vibrations. Brush head refills for $5, refilled every 3 months. Covered for life with free shipping for life. Use the link posted in chat, and your purchase will help support the SFL through our partnership. Quip, a more wholesome clean. And so out of the Quip 2-minute warning, Dazzo was in the shotgun. He's taking a deep shot to the right. And that's going to be complete to Daly Holder. He's got the first down. And Tristan Hatley and Manakanaka there on the tackle.
And Daley Holder came over from Dallas, I believe. If anybody knows where Daley Holder came from, post it in the chat, please.
I think I know.
Give the other guys a chance.
I might have a cheat sheet. So on first down, they hand off to Gaines on a stretch to the right. He's going to pick up 3.
Audience involved, Steven. You're ruining it. I know where he came from.
Shan, you're doing a great job, man. You're so much more entertaining than I am. I did like the trivia question for real, though. That was genius. You popped that on me, but I loved it. 2nd and 7, split backs, complete to Warfield, who jumps, but his momentum drags him backwards, and he loses 2, and they immediately take a timeout.
Ooh. TJ just answered it, but Daley Holder was right there behind him. It was San Francisco.
I love the involvement from the chat.
Just messing with you guys. It was San Antonio Vaqueros.
It's fun having everybody involved. 3rd and 9 now. Dazzo and the lone back, and he throws deep to the deep in the end zone. It's a touchdown to Daley Holder, who's going to have his 2nd reception and let the showboating commence. Yeah, another dime by Dazzo. Just a great
Put
throw.
him in there.
Yep. And Baltimore extends their lead. Pending the extra point, it's going to be 31-5. Snap it down, holds it good, and the kick is good. So it is, it's now a 26-point lead for the Vultures.
Perez just jumped in and said he's straight out from Compton. So.
And the ball is on the tee. The Hyenas are set to return. There's only 50 seconds left. They do have all 3 timeouts, so they need to come out swinging. Fielded at his own goal line. Brought out to the 21. And that's where the Houston offense is going to take over.
And Quintez is having a rough day today, but the guy can make plays. I mean, he's a very good rookie quarterback coming to the league. It's being his he already has 2,298 yards and 10 touchdowns. Get the ball in the air.
Hand off to Murray on first down. Gets the first down, and Houston immediately takes their timeout. So that's a nice chunk yardage play. I mean, it didn't like that you had to burn a timeout, but you didn't lose anything. You actually got a first down, so that's not terrible.
Serves its purpose, but I just think that you need to start getting the ball down the field. If you're having to come back from this deficit, you've got to have plays in your playbook that's going to get some great yardage downfield and possibly a touchdown on a certain play.
Yeah, even a field goal here works wonders for your psyche. So Quintez throws to his left, and that's completed to DR Sim, who's got 6 before he runs out of bounds. 37 seconds left now. The Baltimore defense is looking to clamp down while the Houston offense is wanting to ramp up right here in this particular situation. Houston comes out in the shotgun. They got twins to the right. Murray was to the left of Quintez. Quintez takes a deep shot down to the right. Looks like he overthrew there a little bit and falls incomplete. Leroy Brown was the intended receiver. Tried to put some air under it and give his receiver room to make a play and maybe take off running. Just a little bit too much mustard.
You can get the ball out pretty quick.
3rd and 4 at the 37-yard line, so you would think 25, 30-yard gain would put the Hyenas in good position. Trips to the right. Johnson takes a deep shot down to the right. And that one's complete this time to Leroy Brown, who gets down to the 22-yard line but doesn't run out of bounds, and Houston has to take another timeout. They have one remaining. But definitely field goal position now.
Right, and that's why he's the top receiver on this Houston team, is he can get open like that. I mean, he's just for 680 yards and 5 touchdowns on the season. As of right now, he only has the 2 receptions for 28 or 51 yards.
And I think that throw there by Johnson shows why he's not afraid to throw some of the throws that he throws, because that was a beauty. First and 10 there at the 22-yard line. He had trips bunched to his right, dumps it down to Murray, who's not going to get anything, and they're in the hurry up with 16 seconds and counting in the second, right before halftime. Bunch trips again. Quintez this time throws the slant to the left. That one's completed and is going to be brought down just short of the first down at the 13-yard line.
Real quick, Steven, I'm going to read some scores over today. London 41, Vancouver 24. That's the final. Tulsa 37, New Orleans 34. That's a shocker there as an upset. Oklahoma City 20, Atlanta 49.
Yeah, recapping all the action from the SFL. All those were brought to you by ScoreStream, the official app of the SFL. And so with only a few seconds left, Houston comes out and they kick a 30-yard field goal, and it's good. So with 2 seconds left, you expect to maybe see a kick return, and then into the tunnels we go. But it's now Houston has 8 to Baltimore's 31. A lot of work to do in the second half for Houston. You got to go into the locker room at half, and you got to have your mind right, and you got to stay focused and come out in the second half and execute.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%, Steven.
And so this kick is away. The clock will expire, so we will go into the tunnels. Giovanni Bolts tackled at about 30, but we're going to take a quick moment. We'll take a look down at some stats and read off our thoughts for the half. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Heading into the tunnels again. Baltimore's leading 31-8 against the hometown Houston Hyenas. Shan, what do you think needs to happen here for a turnaround?
I just think that Houston needs to put the ball in the air a little bit more. They're doing a great job on the ground with Murray. They're running the ball efficiently. I just think that he is not producing enough yards for the carry. And so when you have a system where you need to get back into this game, they need to go to the air and do that. But they also need to be smart with it. They don't need to throw in double coverage. Quintez needs to calm down a little bit and get these guys on these post routes, maybe towards the sidelines, maybe behind the linebackers. I know that both the linebackers for Baltimore, Joe Dazzo and Amon Takes, are very good. They also are susceptible to plays behind them. So. And that's what I think that Houston needs to do. They just need to come out, just to start slinging the rock and get DR Sim and Leroy Brown more involved in the game.
Yeah, to your point, Joe Dazzo and Amon Takes, those guys are great running downhill, maybe even sideline to sideline. But I think if you get them, like you said, if you get them backing up, I don't think that's where their strength is. So that's a good point there. Maybe drop something in over the top of their heads, just an intermediate route somewhere.
I mean, we kind of seen it in that little 2-minute or 1-minute offense that they had. The slant routes, those 90X hots and things like that was going before you get to the linebackers. Quintez was just dropping them, boom, boom, boom. And I think if you get into that and run the ball a little bit with Murray, because he is an exceptional running back, and I'm not taking nothing away from him, but the ground needs to be done in the air. They're not really going to him, in these screen routes and stuff like that. So receivers do the work.
That's right. And I think you nailed a good point too when you were saying, you know, it's good to see him come in on those second and shorts and third and shorts and utilize them that way. Get yourself a first down, reset your downs, and then give Quintez another shot to take a throw downfield. And then if get 8 yards, that's fine. You know, let Murray run, get the first down, and give Quintez another shot to throw downfield. You know, so I like that. I felt like definitely we used him a little too heavy, especially when the league got away from him, but you know, he's been productive for the day, and I definitely agree with your take on how Houston needs to turn this thing around. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Shout out to everybody joining us today. If you're enjoying the product that we're putting out, go ahead and hit that like button. Let us know you're enjoying being here. We're here in Houston, Texas, where the Houston Hyenas are trying to defend their home field against the Baltimore Vultures. It's been a tough day for them so far. Baltimore's up 31-8. Coming into the second half, Houston returns it to their own 23-yard line. That's where we'll see Quintez Johnson and Warren Murray and company come out.
I will give another little snippet here, Stephen. Another thing that Baltimore is also doing is they have a star kicker in Sharp, and he's just putting that ball down there close to the end zone, and it's really tough for Houston to come out and be on the 20-yard line or 22-yard line, and whenever Houston is able to kick the ball off.
Oh my goodness!
20-25.
I'm sorry to interrupt there, Shan, but that was a tipped pass, so it was intended. It looked like it was intended for Yasin Clifton, but it bounced off of his hands and right into Dr. Sims' hands. So I think the veteran knew right where to be, and the ball just literally plopped right into his hands, and he got the first down.
I didn't even see that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, it just kind of popped up, and then he just was right in the right place at the right time. So you could tell that was a veteran play. On 1st and 10, Quintez drops back and was looking deep for Leroy Brown, but overthrew him by a few yards there. Maybe a little more towards the sideline. Make that maybe a little bit more of a jump ball, right? Like you said, right there over the head of the linebacker, maybe just underneath the safety. He had the receiver just a little bit too much on it. 2nd and 10, 10-19 left in the third. Throws out to the flats to Warren Murray, who's going to get 5 or 6 before he's pushed out of bounds. Hendricks Thornberry was there. A little help from Tony Willis as well.
Baltimore was in a nickel package, and that was a great play by Quintez to get the ball to the outside. Looked like Warren Murray had plenty of room. If he could just got the ball to him a little bit faster where he could cut up the sidelines there, might have been pickup of about 20 yards.
I'd like to see a play action right now from Houston. Let's see if they use that. Trips to the left for Quintez. Drops back. Goes over the middle of the field to Dr. Sim, who's got the first down on the slant.
As any coach would know, you wouldn't want to. I mean, some people can get away with the play action here behind center, but not too many people can. And I think, yes, Quintez being a rookie, shouldn't try that at this point of his career.
Yeah. Feels like you've been baiting the defense all day on those situations. Showing run a lot of those times, and maybe just get the secondary or maybe even a linebacker to freeze, and then you've got a window all of a sudden. So 1st and 10, Quintez drops back, takes a shot down the middle to Yasin Clifton, but that one falls incomplete. Good coverage there by the Baltimore defense.
If he does do that, he baits them to come in, and they're coming in, and he fakes the handoff, and they're blitzing. Then he's wrapped up in the backfield, so it's not a good trade-off there.
Yeah, if they did bring pressure there, I could see how that would be a nice counter to it. And Baltimore would bring pressure. They are that kind of team. So,
right.
2nd and 10, Twins to the left in the I formation. Johnson's back to throw, evades a defender, but right into another one, and there's a sack for the Vultures defense.
And that was just a routine coverage sack there. By Abraham, the defensive end, just comes around and makes this great play on Quintez. And that's one of the reasons why you don't need a play action right there behind center. Too fast for you to be able to do that.
Yep. 3rd and 17 on the 49-yard line. Johnson throws to the right, complete to Leroy Brown, who's got the reception but was well short of the first. Let's call it a pickup. I believe that was about 9. Is that right?
Let's see.
I think it was
Yes,
4th and
yes.
16, so yeah, or 3rd and 16, so yeah, I think that was 9. The Houston punter is going to be on his own 44-yard line. Giovanni Bolt will have a lot of work, but he does have a 103-yard kick return. He's going to let this one bounce. A nice bounce, but it rolls into the end zone, so the Vultures will get it at the 20. And we'll see the Vultures offense come out. It's been an exciting day, I would say, for Mike Dazzo, who overtook the SFL's all-time leading passing record. If you weren't around for that, he only needed 23 yards to beat the record, and he's well over that mark as of right now. 1st and 10, it was a check down to T-Roy Gaines, who's going to get 4. Tackled by B.J. Lovelace.
And we haven't really heard from T-Roy Gaines in a while. It's been a minute. Mike Dazzo's been getting it to Daly Holder and Bishop Warfield pretty regular, so the check downs to T-Roy hasn't been called that much. Called here.
Single back for the Vultures. Dazzo doesn't like something. Twins to his right, using his cadence to try to draw the defense off sides, but check down to T-Roy Gaines, who sheds a defender, almost gets the first down, just a yard short.
Yeah, what I didn't like about the defense there is they was in a 3-4, and they want to try to use the 3-4 to stop the run, but once you get to the outside, there's really nobody over there. So if you have screens in your formations on offense like that, or excuse me, on defense, it's going to hold you up there for momentarily.
And Dazzo with another check down to the right to T-Roy Gaines, who stiff-armed one defender but ran out of bounds after he picked up, call it 14. Oh. Short of 14. Call that 10. So Baltimore had a really exciting first half. Giovanni Bolt on the opening drive had a kick return, and then later on had a pick 6. So he's got 2 touchdowns for the day. 1st and 10 for the Vultures. Dazzo moves forward in the pocket, and he's sacked. That was Chad Tackle. He's going to have his 2nd sack of the day, along with the safety.
Yep. And that's one thing that Houston needs to do more of. They need to put more pressure in Dazzo's face and get Chad Tackle back there. He just needs to eat. I mean, he ate last week. He sacked E.T. King in Chicago about 4 or 5 times, so that man was on fire last week.
Hand off to T-Roy Gaines up the middle. It gets 9. You see there, T-Roy Gaines is getting 6.9 a carry. So taking full advantage of his opportunities when given the ball. Nobody to the left side of the field. Dazzo's got Twins to his right. Hands off to T-Roy Gaines on a stretch to the right, and he's got room. He's going to get the first down and then more. He runs into Tristan Hatley, who's going to make the tackle.
Just great blocks here from the offensive line.
And good downhill running.
Good downhill running, but also great block by Bishop Warfield there to the outside. Allows T-Roy Gaines to get to the outside stretch on that play.
Just trips to the
62
right.
yards for 3 yards.
Dazzo had pressure in his face. He throws deep to Bishop Warfield, and that pass was knocked down. Falls incomplete.
Get B.J. Lovelace back there like a safety.
That was great. Yeah, great coverage. Even a little bit of hops there.
Now he might be on the sidelines in this next play. Getting some Gatorade after all that running, but not that ball down for sure.
Yeah, he was a good 20 yards downfield. So no wide receivers. They come out in the I formation. Dazzle drops back to throw, dumps it down to T-Roy, who's going to get 2 and no more. Big hit by Everett Garrison.
And that's really the first time we've called Garrison's name today. Roy's numbers there, 10 for 10 for 50 yards.
3rd and 9, so a big 3rd and 9 for the Vultures. And it's complete over the middle to Daly Holder, who gets a big gain down to the, looks like he's about at the 7-yard line.
And this Baltimore offense is just exploiting just basically just putting the ball wherever they want to.
So now the Vultures are on the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. Trips to the left. Bishop Warfield's the lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. Dazzle drops to throw. Targets Warfield, who's got the touchdown. 8-yard reception. And Baltimore really extends their lead now.
What I love about this play, if we can get a review on it, it's nothing special, but the receivers to the left side just make an abundance of just come to that location and leaves one-on-one matchup there for the receiver to get the end zone.
Yeah, and Bishop Warfield's the kind of guy that can win those one-on-ones.
He's so quick.
And so
6'3", 210 pounds.
Oh, yeah. So, almost enough pressure there by Houston to block the extra point, but so now it's a 30-point deficit for Houston. 4:35 left in the 3rd quarter. And we are the SFL, presented by APM Music. We're also brought to you in part by Movement, premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories. Quip, perfect oral care delivered. ScoreStream, the official score updates app of the SFL. And SpyGoat, the sound choice. And Houston did, like you said earlier, had to return from his own goal line, so gets it to a 24-yard line. And bit of an uphill battle for the Houston Hyenas. They're going to rely a lot on the arm of Kentez Johnson and the legs and hands, I guess you would say, of D.R. Sim and Leroy Brown and Yassine Clifton. But the Vultures defense has been really stifling here today.
Yeah, Clifton only has 1 reception for 8 yards, so they definitely need to get him more involved.
And there he was trying to target Clifton, but it was batted down at the line. A bunch of pressure in Johnson's face, but got it out, but the lineman jumped up and knocked it down. So 2nd and 10.
I am surprised that Michael Wall hasn't been really heavily involved in this game. Defensive lineman that really puts pressure on the quarterback.
Johnson's got the I formation, handoff to Murray, who works forward for 2. He's met by Amon Takes and Tony Willis. So now it's a 3rd and 8 for the Houston Hyenas. Kentez has got trips to his right, 1 receiver to his left, drops back, throws the out route, that's completed, and he's ran out of bounds. It was Josh Fedd, who's having a little bit of trouble getting up.
He's not getting back up here.
And we will get an injury update on him as soon as we can. Luckily, they don't rely super heavily on him. He is their kick returner, but as far as their offense goes, they do have a couple of better options out there.
Let's go. Your Hyenas are back to punt.
And so 4th and 4, they're on their own 30. Their punter is at his own 15-yard line. Giovanni Bolt is set to return. Makes a move, but is met immediately and call it a 2-yard return to the Baltimore 36.
Ball is spotted at the 37-yard.
More trivia question for you guys in the chat. Which one of these teams here has went the furthest in the playoffs?
No Vultures, 37-yard.
Or Houston?
And Dazzo's in the shotgun. Trips, twins to his left. And that pass was tipped and almost hauled in by B.J. Lovelace, but it falls incomplete. So an incompletion is now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
And, you know, Baltimore has been moving the ball pretty effectively. Houston's not really showing any pressure at the line. Dazzo's got Trips bunched to his left. Moves forward in the pocket, thrown on the run, but it's completed. And he's going to have the first down. Lloyd Graham got the reception.
First down, Vultures.
And I have an answer. Willis Outdoors, I believe that's Tony Willis. He says Houston. He would be right. Houston went to the championship game twice.
Nice job, Willis.
First and
I love this trivia thing, man. We got to do this more often. 1st and 10 near midfield. Dazzo's in the shotgun again with Trips to his left. It's like Daley Holder was the lone receiver at the bottom of your screen, and that's who was targeted. That pass is tipped and intercepted. Manikanaka's going to come down with this one. And that's what Houston needed.
They need some fire back into this team, and that was a great play by that young man, number 24.
Yeah, and take points away from Baltimore. You know they were right there, probably in field goal range. So I mean, you stop them from scoring any points. Give your defense a little boost. Hopefully, you put a little fuel in your offense. Kentez Johnson under center. He's got split backs. One receiver out to his left. Looks like Leroy Brown. Nope, that was DR Sim. But Johnson's gonna get sacked. Michael Wall.
There's Michael Wall.
You were asking where he was.
I mean, he's to be a non-contracted player. He's one of the best in the business.
from your Hyenas, 37-yard.
318 pounds. He can get through that offensive line with a quickness.
Kentez Johnson under center. Steps up and throws it to Warren Murray, who runs into Kaz McFly. Picks up 4.
Number 25, credited with the tackle.
Clock's running. You got 2:20 left in the 3rd quarter. You're down 30.
3rd and 6.
You definitely just want to string together some positive stuff for your offense here. I mean, if you score the 30, that's great, but you want to stop the bleeding in any way you can. Shotgun formation. Kentez is all alone. Trips to his left. Throws deep to his right. And that pass is going to be intercepted by Hendricks Thornberry. Leroy Brown was the intended target.
Jump right here in front of the route. I couldn't really see it from afar, but as we see the replay here, maybe we'll see a little bit better. And I think Kentez may have underthrew the ball too. So now you trade interceptions back to back. Now you're at square one again for Houston.
And Dazzo's under center now. Split back. Hands to the left. Hand off to T-Roy Gaines right up the middle. Rolled, let's go one defender.
Wow.
But was only able to get another yard out of it, but that was a maximum effort play.
Man, it looked like Bo Jackson running in there.
Yeah, he did.
Just getting hit, keep churning, keep churning. turn the corner there and just kept on burning it. I mean, it was awesome.
He was just looking for Brian Bosworth.
Right?
So, single back, T-Roy gains. Dazzo steps to throw out to the right. It's completed to Lloyd Graham. Nope. Did he get? Yes, so he did get the completion. Gain of 3. Runs out of bounds, stops the clock at 1:30.
We go off a point that you made, Stephen. Really not a lot of laundry on the field today. It's one of the rare occasions where we don't get to see the me and these laundry on the field.
Yeah, and we haven't had a close call, close shave either. Oh, Dazzo throws it deep to Warfield, who jumps up, makes the reception. He's off to the races. That's going to be his second touchdown of the day. My goodness.
5 receptions for 7 targets, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And just the Jets, man. He just took off. And, you know, Baltimore is, they're not really letting off the gas here. You know, crazy things happen. Crazy things happen, and you got to protect your lead. So, you know, it's not a
plays where they can just score at will. You know, they have good deep, have excellent receivers. You know, Houston has excellent receivers as well. They're just not utilizing them in a way as Baltimore is.
Yeah, and Baltimore is just, they've got a couple of things that went their way today. You know, both teams have a couple of turnovers, but, you know, the pick six was huge, and the opening kick return was huge. And I think, you know, I think Baltimore wanted to come out today and get Dazzo the passing record. I think they had extra motivation, I would say, today, and, you know, they're really showing it. So the extra point was good for Baltimore. It's now 45-8 here in Houston. I see. Is that Fudd? Nope, that's not. That's DR Sim returning. So he brings that out to 25.
That's good. I guess it's good and it's bad at the same time, because the bad part is you could hurt or risk injury for DR Sim.
Or even wear him out. Yeah, late into the fourth quarter, he might, you know. It's just extra workload. I agree with you. So Quintez on first down drops and throws over the middle, and that's completed to DR Sim. Oh, nope.
No.
Nope. It's completed over the middle, and it was going to get a first down. So.
Like Greg Norris, number 88.
Yeah, that didn't quite see that intersecting part on the extra 8 or on the other 8, but well thrown ball by Quintez and picks up the first down. 42 and counting left in the third quarter. One receiver on the field for the Hyenas. Checks down to his running back, Warren Murray, who plows forward for 6. And there's the update on wide receiver Josh Fedd. He's got a fractured arm. We won't see him the rest of the day, but we have the best medical staff in all of the world, so we'll see him next week.
Yeah, we'll just give him some. He'll be all right. We
have the best casts and nanotechnology that there is. Quintez Johnson in the shotgun. Throws the out route to his left, and that's completed to DR Sim, who's going to get the first down out to midfield. Stops the clock by running out of bounds. So one more play before we head into the fourth quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Oh, okay. I guess he did not get out of bounds. And so with that, we'll head into the fourth quarter. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. I'm Stephen Hacker. I'm your play-by-play commentator, along with Shan Varner, who's doing color, and Michael Goodman on stats for the day. Baltimore's leading 45-8 here in Houston. Houston with the ball and hand off to Murray, who runs over one defender and gets the first down before he's finally brought down by Joe Dazzo. 15-yard carry.
This is a nice run by Murray. Just follows his lead there. The lineman comes out and helps block.
Yeah, and there you
One
see
more
it's our.
blocker there on number. I think that was Joe Dazzo, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dazzo
Joe
with the
Dazzo.
tackle, and the big hole and the explosive play there for Murray was our ever scroll block of the game. So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Johnson drops back to throw, moves forward in the pocket, throws out to the left, and that's going to be intercepted. Oh, man, yeah.
It's got to
Jumper
be
route.
number 5.
And ever
A
scroll
little
by
bit of pressure.
Yeah, good pressure there. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish your thoughts on the play. Kaz McFly got the interception. So, ever scroll by movement blocks blue light to protect your eyes from digital screens. Don't hurt your eyes by checking out SFL action. Protect them and see every moment by using the promo code SimulationFL at purchase from movement.com. That's mvmt.com. A portion of your purchase supports the SFL through our partnership. Movement, premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories. 1st and 10 for the Vultures. Handoff to T-Roy Gaines out to the right. He's got room to go. He's going to go. He's at the 10, the 5, and he's got it in. Eddie Gage couldn't quite get there. Huge play by T-Roy Gaines. Houston fans letting Baltimore know their dissatisfaction. Not sure at this point they care very much. I'm sorry, that was Everett Garrison trying to track him down.
Yep. Just turn when he gets to the outside, Steven. He just turned on the jets. There was no that touchdown.
Number 19 is back for the point after.
Well, I think that what Houston needs to remember out of this game, even though we have 10 minutes left, I don't see them over back from a deficit like this. I think they're going to score some points, but it's just too less of time. And I think Houston needs to take away from this is they're a good ball club. You know, they have a lot of things they need to work on, but defense has played outstanding. They got 2 takeaways. And to get back in the lab and go on to the next week.
Yeah, it's always tough to be on the other end of of a high-scoring game, and maybe one side's not putting up as many points, but you definitely
Trust me, I have been on the receiving end of a game like this, so you can't hold your head down. You gotta pick your head up and move on to the next week. Because if you don't, it can spell catastrophe for the rest of the season. So
that's right. You gotta pick your head up, and you gotta use it as motivation. Take it into the next week. 1st and 10 for the Hyenas at the 23-yard line. Quintez is in the shotgun all alone. Just hits a quick crossing route. You've seen Clifton tries to truck another defender, and he gets, call it 6. Brought down by Tony Willis.
Second and 4 from your Hyenas 29-yard line.
9:40 to go in the 4th. 2nd and 4 at the Houston 29. Quintez Johnson under center. Warren Murray, the lone back behind him. Hands off to Murray, who works forward. He's going to get 3. Looked like Dazzo and Amon Takes were there to secure the tackle.
Number 70 credited with the tackle. Third and 1 from your Hyenas 32-yard line.
Press coverage by the Vultures. 1 wide receiver out there for the Hyenas. The handoff to Murray up the middle. Works his way forward. He's going to get about 5. Tackled by Giovanni Bolt.
6 yards on the play.
Another set
Steven,
of downs now.
what point do you take in this game? Because they have a substantial lead. What point do you take the and put your backups in? And
Maybe after this possession.
More.
Maybe after this possession, if they don't put up any points, or maybe even if they put up points. Quintez takes a deep shot to Leroy Brown, who's gonna go all the way. He's got a touchdown, and that's a nice mark there for Quintez Johnson.
What I'm talking about, you know, Houston has these weapons, and they're just, I'm not sure what they're doing playbook-wise, but they've got these great weapons with Leroy Brown and Azim Clifton, D.R. Sim, who's a Hall of Famer. I mean, they've got these weapons around them, and they're just not utilizing them.
Yeah, I think
in my perspective, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, and it looked like Thornberry might have thought that Brown was going to do the maybe that post corner where he's gotten the interception already, but instead of making a double move, he just Leroy Brown just took off and he was just wide open, and then it was off to the races. So it looked like good footwork there by the wide receiver. So the extra point is up and good. Brings Houston to 15 to Baltimore's 52, so still a long way to go. 8:26 in the fourth. The crowd is showing their support. I do like that.
I do think that you know, Baltimore just needs to run this out, run the clock out.
Giovanni Bolt spins, gets his way out to the 28-yard line. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music. I'm your play-by-play. I'm Stephen Hacker, along with Shan Varner, who's doing color commentary, along with Michael Goodman out in the stats truck. So thank you, Michael, for being here. You're doing a great job. You can find the SFL in multiple ways. You know, I think we're out there on Instagram, Twitter. We have a Discord, and we also have a website, simulationfl.net. So if you're interested, check that out. If you're enjoying the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Mike Dazzo was targeting Daley Holder out to the right, but that pass was deflected and falls incomplete.
And that like button, guys, really helps the league out and kind of sees where we're at viewership-wise. So please go in there and hit that like Steven said.
And Shan, I want to say thank you for being here, of course, man. Like I said, the trivia hour was great. Like I said, you sprung that on me, but I thought it was freaking wonderful. So if we do another game, I'll make sure I do a little research and we can get some questions together. Dazzo making another attempt downfield to Bishop Warfield. That one falls incomplete, tipped by Everett Garrison.
You just have to be here for 7 seasons, Steven.
Yeah, and then you just know everything, right?
Right.
Well, some of us are learning. I think this is season 3, so, you know, guys like Quintez and, you know, the newer names are very familiar to me. So I'm definitely trying to learn my history as I go.
Right. And for me, it was really, I wanted to bring up these questions as we get a bat down here. It was going to Warfield, but I really wanted to bring some to this game because these guys have been here, like Baltimore's been here since season 3. You know, Houston's been here since season 6. So I really wanted to get some questionnaires out and see if the people, trying to educate the people a little bit about our league and about the players that play for this league. And this league is amazing. We couldn't do nothing without Cam and Destro and a lot of those guys, but to be lost, you know, with all these new people coming in, they don't know, you know.
Right,
so
right, for sure.
That's the element I was trying to bring in today.
Yeah, and I like it. You know, I like the legacy, and like I said, you know, of course I'm going to know the guys that I was drafted around or drafted with and kind of came into the league with. So you kind of formulate your own little friendships and groups and stuff. But it is nice whenever you find out, oh man, you know, this guy's been here for how long and he's done what, and oh, he went from being a player to and you know, just did all these things. And so it's good to know these backstories and for you to be on and share the stories and remember them is great. 1st and 10, Quintez throws deep to Leroy Brown and gets laid out by gets laid out by Hendricks Thornberry, and it's incomplete. And so that was, you know, kind of going on your point of, you know, when I first joined, I was really eager to kind of get involved, and As I learned the rules of how to progress my player and how to do all these things, I kind of wanted more. I wanted to do, like, the more I did, the more I wanted to be involved, and that's kind of how I ended up going through stats, and it eventually ended up allowing me to have my voice broadcasted for him, so that was pretty cool. Kentez Johnson throws deep, and was caught by Leroy Brown, but they're going to say it was incomplete. Would have been nice if he had got the toe drag in. And no close. There's the challenge flag. So we're going to have our first Harry's close call, close shave of the game.
And Monsimian saw something on the field there. And cheap shot it here towards the end of this game.
See if we get a good look at the camera angle. And that looked good. That looked like a catch. So we'll see if they... the camera angle and the referee agrees with us.
The pass has been ruled complete.
So that will be overturned. Houston will not be charged a timeout.
First down.
And the crowd responds. They love it. So it was a first down. I believe that was for about 14 yards. So at the Baltimore 36, now 7:56 left in the fourth quarter. Johnson's got one receiver to his left, runs a double move. Oh no! Yep, I think that was Kaz McFly jumped the route and just out jumped DR Sim there.
It's his second on the day, I believe.
Yep, that would be a second. And yeah, Kaz is he's one of those corners, man. You know, he carries that reputation of being a lockdown guy, and although the move was nice by DR Sim, he was just right there step for step with him and just out jumped him and took the ball away. Baltimore takes over. They're at their own 18-yard line. Swings to the left. Dazzle hands off to Gaines up the middle, who's dragged down from behind. They look like Rodney Panini, who dragged him down, but not after Gaines gets 5.
TJ in a set says no McFly zone. So, yeah, trying to say don't throw that way.
2nd and 5 for Dazzo. Throws the out route to the right. The receiver catches it and falls down short of the first down. Lloyd Graham Jr. is going to have the reception. As the clock continues to run, just under 7:20 now in the fourth quarter. Baltimore is in no hurry, I think, to run a play, but 3rd and inches, they may want to get this one off pretty quick. Dump down to T. Roy Gaines, who's got the first down. 2 Hyenas there to drag him down. Mana Kanaka, along with Eddie Gage. They did drag him out of bounds, so the clock does stop at 7:06. No, he did not go out of bounds. 7 minutes and counting. Another check down to Gaines. This time he slides, loses a yard.
Well, he might be a little tired, Steven. He's only got yards on the day, 11 attempts, 12 receptions for 63 yards. So, heavily in this offense for Baltimore.
Baltimore's in the shotgun. Trips to the left. Dazzo throws over the middle.
Listen again back there in the backfield.
Yeah,
is he trying to tell us he wants to be a safety?
He's been working on his speed all off season, and even throughout the season. So I think maybe he's trying. Cody Apollo is the intended receiver. Dazzo alone in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the left. Takes a shot to the lone receiver to the right, and that pass is picked off. It looks like Eddie Gage.
2 scoops. Getting it done for his defense here. Oh. work close to the receiver, but great job by Eddie Two Scoops Gage on getting that, taking that ball away from his defense.
Yeah, again, anything you can do to stop Baltimore from putting points on the board is good at this point. Houston takes over with 6:17 in the fourth. They're at their own 49-yard line. Handoff to Eddie, Warren Murray, who works forward for 5.
With the carry. He picks up 5 on the play. Number 41 with the tackle.
Yeah, and I like Houston's wanting to run the ball here, but you know, it's they've got to get down the field and got to get down there quickly. So they need some over the middle passes.
Stretch play to the
We're going
right
4-4.
to Murray. Gets a yard,
55. No gain on the play.
but Courtney Kate stops him and keeps the clock running.
3rd and 4.
.520 now in the fourth quarter. Quintez is in the shotgun with 2 running backs. 3rd and 4. Dumps out to the right to Leroy Brown, who's got the reception and the first down.
Gain of 4 yards on the play. First down, Hyenas. First and 10.
So Houston just string together a couple first downs, work your way down there and just get 6 points. It's easy, right? Twins to the right,
Should
Quintez
be.
Johnson. Hand off to Murray, who gets a yard.
You know, I see that Baltimore's in a 4-2 nickel, and they're still able to stop the run up the middle. It's just amazing by that Baltimore defense. Wall again.
And Johnson was able to get rid of it in all the muck, so pass fall incomplete.
3rd and 8 from the Vultures, 38-yard line.
Johnson's alone in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his right. Takes a shot over the middle, and it's going to be caught for a first down. Tackled by
Yeah, they're in
Tony
hurry-up mode
Willis.
here.
Yeah, they definitely are hurrying back up to the line. 4:22, deep shot to the left. That's caught by D.R. Sim, who's got a touchdown.
About time we called his name for a touchdown.
And the Houston fans love that man's name. They're cheering for him for so long. This is what they expect from him every week. Extended up there to grab the ball out of the air and took it in for 6. It's now Houston's at 21, Baltimore 52. We still have an extra point, which would push Houston to 22. But a 30-point deficit this late in the fourth is pretty tough. Hold is down, kick is up and good, so Houston does get to 22. 4:19 left in the fourth quarter. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. And let me get this read in real quick. From shave sets to handles, Harry's provides quality craftsmanship. Made in Germany, we make Harry's products from the finest material and ingredients to ensure they perform as well as they possibly can. Use the coupon code SIMULATIONFL at purchase from harrys.com. A portion of your purchase supports SFL. Harry's, the official razor of the SFL.
Ball is spotted at the 36-yard line.
So I see Baltimore just going to run this ball out, run this clock out. 4 minutes to go. Houston obviously can have another chance at the end zone if they can get a stop here.
Dazzo drops the throw, checks down to Gaines, who's going to get 3. He's met by Manatanaka. Kanaka.
2nd and 6 from the Vultures.
And so 2nd and 7. 3:50 now in the fourth. Baltimore shows a power. A lot of movement on the Houston side of the ball. Dazzle doesn't like something.
3-3.
Oh, a lot of pressure. Houston meets him in the backfield, and he's going to lose a yard.
Number 52, no gain on the play.
It's Rodney Panini going to get the tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Dallas. I was gonna say Houston was sitting in a 3-3 nickel there, and he was able to get to the outside and crush that play. Great job by the defense.
Look there at the veteran Eddie Gage for the Houston secondary. 3rd and 8 for the Vultures. Dazzo. Oh no, that's our backup quarterback on the field. Who's going to be sacked by Chad Tackle. And that'll push Baltimore probably out of field goal range. I don't know if they're going to bring out Tarkington here or not.
Yeah, I think that's going to push them out of field goal range here. They may get a really nice punt. 4th down and 14. At least put them back on the 10-yard line.
So on the field for the Vultures for the rest of the game is going to be backup quarterback Adam Jefferson. Baltimore is set to punt. On his own 45, there's a lot of pressure there from Houston, but gets the punt away. Down inside the 10. A good bounce. There's coverage there. It rolls. Oh, couldn't get his hand on it, so it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Houston will get it at their own 20.
Yeah, what I've said earlier in the game was the kicker really sometimes plays a huge role. I know that was a punt there, but when you can kick the ball all the way down to the and the opposing team can only kick it down to the 20, you're going to get that field position battle there between the two teams as well.
Johnson back to throw, complete over the middle. And that'll bring us to our quick 2-minute warning. On the reception by Barry Bergens.
Both Mike Dazzo and Austin both have 322 yards on the day. Even.
Wow. What a difference, right? Like in some of the way the cookie crumbled, I guess. There's how you can have the same production, but huge difference in points.
Well, the only thing is one quarterback throws 5 interceptions, the other quarterback only throws 2.
Yeah, that doesn't help. And then I think the halftime stat was Baltimore had 14 points off turnovers. So I'm not sure where we are now with that stat in the second half, but that's half of the 30 points you're losing by right now. And that last play, Kentez Johnson was complete to DR Sim. He got 6. Johnson takes a deep shot down to the right to Leroy Brown, but it's knocked down by the Vultures secondary.
You know, and this game would be a little bit closer if they hadn't had those 2 special team plays. It'd be 38-22 right now. But Houston could close the gap here in the later half of this game.
Yeah, you know, when that number only feels like 2 possessions, it's a little bit easier to motivate your team. But you know, when it's 3 plus 4 possessions, 5 possessions, it just makes it really hard to stay motivated for it. Kentez Johnson's going to get sacked now, and it's going to force Houston to take a timeout. I think we maybe expect to see a deep shot down the field. Bishop Mutombo, I think, has got his 2nd sack of the day now.
And Kentez Johnson has already had 18 sacks on the season. And that's just 2 more for today. We'll tell you this, Stephen. Playing this game here, you're going to have to be 3 phases of the game: the offense, defense, and special teams. And when you have all those clicking like Baltimore's had today, they're having. So
Nice throw and catch there as Johnson throws to Greg Norris, who makes a run after catch and gets the first down. Houston hurries up, and minute 30 left now in the fourth. Johnson steps up in the pocket, throws to Barry Bergens, who's going to secure the target and get 5 and run out of bounds. A quick burst of action there from the Hyenas. And we want to thank all you guys again for being here with us. If you don't, if you had a good time, go ahead and hit that like button. Let us know you enjoyed being here with us. Been a lot of points on the board, not necessarily in one team's favor. Johnson throws to the left. DR Sim, the pass is batted down, so it's incomplete. It's 3rd and 5, but it does stop the clock.
Let's go. 3rd and 5.
Houston's going to be out in the 4 wide receiver shotgun. Murray's to his right. Baltimore has press coverage on the outside. Johnson with a little bit of... Oh, no, he's going to be hit by the pressure and sacked. And immediately calls another timeout. And sets up another 4th and 11.
That was Dennis Isaac on that tackle.
They had a 4th and 11 on their they just converted a fourth down the last go around. So same scenario. Let's see what happens. Johnson steps up, takes a shot down to the right. Leroy Brown
called that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Leroy Brown got his toe in bounds on that. Just absolute. That's amazing body control. Johnson on the run. Yes. Got his to me it looked like he got his foot in. Yeah, his left foot stayed in bounds. So secured the target, 1st down again on a 4th and 11. Oh no, as they said he ran out of bounds. I'm sorry. And I guess they don't have another challenge to use. His left foot looked in bounds to me, but Baltimore nonetheless on the turnover comes out in the victory formation. Houston uses their last timeout. It said they had a challenge. I guess they agreed with the official.
And I guess that's as a lot of commentating guys would say, that's the best formation in football.
Yeah, it's a good feeling when you get to come out in that formation. Adam Jefferson's going to take another knee here.
And I believe one more will do it for Baltimore. Baltimore has faced Houston 3 times, and they have won against Houston 3 times.
And this is a good showing, I think, from Baltimore. Going in, it's a solid win going into the playoffs. The picture is becoming a little bit more clear, I would say, and Baltimore definitely wants to continue their strong play heading into the playoffs, and I think they had a strong showing here today.
And I believe they are ranked 3rd in the playoff picture in the top 6, so and another notch on their belt to get them closer and closer to that playoff spot, and hopefully for them, championship run.
And that just about does it. And the clock does strike 0 now, so Baltimore is going to get out of Houston with a 52-22 win. Great performance overall, I think, by Baltimore. Like you said, all 3 phases of the game for them worked. They looked good in both halves. They looked really strong. Houston really struggled in the first half to put up points, but kind of showed up in the second half and was able to use that passing game to close the gap a little bit.
Yeah, and as we see there, everything was pretty much even. The run game was about even, 122, 123. pretty close, you know, in the 300 plus. And I just think it comes down to the turnovers and the offense not executing when it needed to, because the defense played great. It's just, I mean, they let up some big plays, but you know, they got 2 turnovers, and the offense couldn't, you know. So, you know, I think they need to reevaluate some things and then come out with a better game plan. Houston is by far, you know, one of the best teams out there. They've rarely missed the playoffs. This is a season that's, you know, misfortunate for them, but I think they'll come out bigger and better next season.
And I think there's a lot of teams that are used to making the playoffs that might find themselves outside of the playoff picture this year. So definitely, you know, teams need to hit the drawing board, do their homework, and come out next season if you were disappointed with your season this year. So I definitely agree with you. I think, you know, from what I've seen in Houston and in the past, they've definitely got a good core of players that they have. So just continue to build on that, and, you know, hit your playbook and hit your sims and go from there. You know, Baltimore, just, yeah, really good performance. I think making a strong statement for their playoff height. Looks like they're firing on all cylinders. So we'll see how that progresses in the coming weeks. Really excited to see that. It's been a really interesting season. I've really been on my toes. I'd say maybe week 7, week 8. I've really been like honing in and like, all right, who's doing what, who's winning what game? All right, wait, who beat who now? So it's just one of those, you know, the league kind of evolves. It feels like from season to season. So this one's been interesting. And one more congratulations, I think, is in order to Mike Dazzo, for becoming the SFL all-time passing leader. Wouldn't you say?
Tom, I mean, he's the GOAT. He's like the Tom Brady of the SFL. He's our Tom Brady. So that's what these new rookies, Cantez and a bunch of these other guys, that's what we have to look forward to.
Yeah. So when we see the GOAT, when we see GOAT in chat, we now know that it's Mike Dazzo. And
absolutely.
Our extraordinary average player of the game is Bishop Warfield, who had 7 receptions for 148 yards, the 3 touchdowns. So big day for him. Showed out, and congratulations, sir. And with that, we're going to wrap up our broadcast. I am your play-by-play Stephen Hacker. I was with Shan Varner, who is our color commentary, and Michael Goodman, who's on stats. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube, and thank all you guys for being here, and we'll see you next week.